Hello there, lovely people. It's Carol here. First of all, I'd like to say thank you for the response to last week's Inspire video and going along and having a look at Izzy's videos. Some of you have subscribed to her channel and some of you have gone and joined her Facebook group, so thank you very much for that. Today's inspiration is from a lovely lady called Rita. Now her channel is by her name, so it's Rita Jensen, and the video that I'm following is the Craft With Me one-page pockets. And Rita said that it was inspired for her by Purple Poppy. Now I've not been and had a look at Purple Poppy's version, but I have had a look obviously at Rita's. Now I'm going to do mine slightly different because I want it to go in a journal that I've already got on the go. But Rita has also got loads of videos, loads. She hasn't reached the 1,000 subscribers yet, so she can't monetize. And in fact, this video that I'm going to refer you to has only had to date 42 views, which I think is really sad. So I hope that you'll go along and go and have a look, make a comment on her videos, and if she's your cup of tea, then subscribe. Obviously if she's not your cup of tea, then you know you don't have to, just because I've asked. So yeah, let's make a start. So I want to use this particular pocket that Rita made in my butterfly journal, which I'm going to be covering on Sunday, so it's a little bit of a crossover. Now this was from one of my kits for the butterflies, which is in my Etsy store. Now I wanted to use this because of the gradient of pattern. If I bring it up closer for you to look at, there's a gradient of pattern along the page. So in Rita's version, she used a plain piece of paper and then she added pieces on top of that. So I'm just going to use this as it is. So I'm going to take this away and trim off this border, and then we'll make a start. That's that bit done. Now I'm going to start folding. So basically, I'm going to fold mine this way. I'm going to fold it in half. And bone folder might help. And then fold it in half again. And flip it over and fold in half that way. So we've now got an accordion fold. Okay, I also at this stage I want to fold this up, let's have it that way around. I want to fold it up so that that gives me about a 2-inch ish depth there. I'm not one really for measuring. I'm guessing if you wanted to measure, then you can do. Now you can stick these down to form individual pockets, but what I would suggest is that you actually cut down each of these score lines here to give, how can I word this, to give your pockets a little bit of breathing space. If you glue them down whilst they're a full strip like this, when it actually comes to bending them, they actually start to all ruckle up and get bunched up, and then it creases your paper. So if you actually slit down there and then stick your pockets down, it gives it a little bit more breathing space. You can even trim the merest, thinnest amount off it so that again it gives it that little bit more breathing space, because when you fold it in half like that, this intersection here, it all bunches up too much because there's too much paper in that tiny crease. So I hope that explained it. So that's what I'm going to do with mine. I'm just going to slit down, snip down each of these little slits, and I'm just going to cut at a slight angle down to that bottom point either side of where that score line was, so it's a really thin taper. So can you see, look how much I've actually cut off, the tiniest amount. And as I say, it just helps to give the pockets a little bit of breathing space. So if I bring this up close, can you see the score line? So I'm going to cut this side and then I'm going to cut that side, but cut at a very, very slight angle to cut down to that bottom point, and then the other side of the score line. And now I can glue those pockets in place. So I just need to put a thin line of glue down those edges. To glue that down. So it means now that it will still have room to bend and fold. And at this point then you would ink up all the sides and all the creases. So you'd ink up all these edges all the way around. On the front of these little pockets, I'm going to cut out these little pictures of these butterflies, and I'm going to ink those up and put them on here. So I'll see you back here in a moment. That's them now cut out and inked up, and in actual fact they're two different sizes, so I'll go large, small, large, small. I've also sorted out a little Collins Gem Latin dictionary, so which is quite sort of aged, got that lovely patina to it. So I'm just going to rip out a couple of pages, because what I thought I would do is I'm going to back these flutterbys. So let's see what sort of width I need them to be. So if I lay it down like that and then get my tearing ruler out, then I can see what width it needs to be. So about there, I reckon. Right, let's see the width this way. Okay. Oh, I need to lose the patina on each side if I want just the text showing. Now then, it's whether I can rip it with this. Let's have a go. Let's put it on there. Don't want to put it on there. Let's put it on there. Oh, decisions, decisions. Because it's only a real thin strip. And I know that if I put it on my mat, it would just slide. God, I might even get a pair of tweezers doing this bit. Right, put pressure. Oh, I missed a little bit. Let's just rip that off. Okay, so that can be inked up and put on there, and then that can be sat on there. So if I do it at a very slight angle, or do I want it straight? Straight or angled? Straight, I reckon. And then I'm going to have it like that. So, to save you watching me painfully ripping these up, I'm going to go off and go and do that, and then I'll be back in a second. Okay, I made an executive decision and I'm chopping my butterflies down, just making them smaller, because when I sat them on top of the book page, come on, off you come. When I sat them on top of the book page, they were too big, and they covered over all the text. Did I cut that the right size? Yeah, I did. Okay, just this one left to do. And I wanted more of the text showing them was actually visible. So, executive decision made. I had to have a little chat with myself, you know, to discuss whether it was going to be viable. But we came to a decision. Oh, I do worry about myself sometimes. Okay. Because look, now I've got some more of the text showing. So that's better, isn't it? Yes, we like that. All right. So what I've decided I'm going to do is I'm going to make these into little mini pockets by just adding a thin line of glue around the three sides. And then sitting that on top of there. And then putting that one on whole. Now I could have added this book page as the pocket, but it's so thin and flimsy that it would end up just tearing. So that is going to plonk on there. And then if I get my little fine 0.1 uni pen, I can do my faux stitching around the four sides. Now if you wanted to, you could do this on the sewing machine before you actually glue it down. But I do like drawing these straight lines. I don't know what it is. I think it's my my job that I used to do. So I used to, for a job, draw straight lines. Then we'll do a bit of zigzag. Okay. You don't need to see me repeating this on these three, so I'm going to go off and go and do those three in exactly the same way. So stick that onto the book page, stick the book page onto there, do my little bit of faux stitching, and Bob's your uncle. Right, so I'll see you back here in a second. That's that bit now all done, and I'm just sorting through my sticky labels for some interesting numbers to use. Let's have a look. Okay. That looks a good one. Okay, let's have a look at those. And in fact, what's that say? WMP books. That could maybe go up there. And the sun's come out. Oh, now the sun's going back in. All right, let's have a look through these. I don't want to put big numbers on, so like that's too big and maybe that's too big, but we'll leave them to the side for now. But ones like this, try and bring it down out the sun a little. And I don't have to put the whole number on, so I could actually cut that off there, and then I could have one on there, maybe one up here. Okay, now this is the fiddly bit. This is the bit I always hate about sticky labels. It's getting that backing off. There we go. And then that can be positioned on there. This one, maybe that one there. Yeah, so don't look at these sticky labels and think you have to use them exactly as they are. You know, don't be afraid to just chop them up to suit your own purposes. Do you know it's been miserable all day here? And now, because I'm filming, the sun decides to get his hat on. Bless it. And that one can go there. One for this one, I think a reddish one. Maybe down there, and we'll cut off that bit, and we'll chop off that bit. And that one can go on there. And then I've got some of my tags from the kit, so I'm going to cut those up and add those to the pocket. I've gone on and done a little bit more, but whilst the sun's not shining, I've done some tags and I've just slipped those in the pocket. Now I've left them blank on the back so that they can be written on. Now I'm going to show you how this is going to sit in my journal, because that will then determine how I'm going to decorate the remainder of it up. And I think, yeah, I think I want it on here. So basically this section here I'm going to glue to the page, but I'm going to glue it around 3 sides so that it forms a pocket, because we love a pocket. So glue on there, glue down the bottom, and then we'll stick that. Do I want it at the bottom or the middle? Bottomish. Okay, that's going to sit there. So now this forms a little side pocket here, and then that will then fold like that. And then on this front section here, I've already cut out a piece which I just need to ink up. The sun's coming back out. No, go away. You see, you were all saying, oh, how lovely your leaded windows, how bright. Yeah. It causes a pain when filming, and the window decoration that I'm going to do, I've actually got a net curtain to put up, but I'm not putting it up just yet until I start doing all the full decoration. So hopefully that will filter out a little bit of the light. Now I'm going to again attach this as a pocket, because I could have something coming out the top of the pocket up here. So this is going to make a multi sort of tuck spot area. So that's going to sit on the top there. And then I've got this really big butterfly, which I'm going to fussy cut out and stick on the front. And I'm afraid I'm cutting off your antennae, Mr. Butterfly, or Mrs. Butterfly, whichever. And I'm not cutting into all of those little frilly bits around the edge of the butterfly. Be here forever. Okay, but what I'm going to do with this butterfly is I'm going to add it on by just attaching glue on the two sides here. So about there. And about the same on the other side. Because then, just use that scrap bit of card to show you. So then I could slip something inside of the butterfly there as well. Go away, sunshine. We all love a bit of sunshine, but not when I'm filming my videos. Right, I'm going to switch the camera off. I'm going to wait for the sun to go back in, and then I'll talk you through finishing this off. Ooh, quick, the sun's gone in. Okay, so the butterfly I've added on the front. I've added a little tag behind the butterfly. I've added a bigger version of that tag in the pocket that's on the front. And then if I open it up this way, I'm going to put some lined paper on here so that, in fact, that would look quite nice. That music paper would look quite nice on there. So that you've got somewhere to write. And then if we open it this way, I'll pull it across so you can see. We've got the 4 little pockets. 2 have got tags in. I'm going to do a couple of plain tags in here as well so that you can write on the front and on the back. And then because I've attached this piece down here onto the page, I've now got a space for a couple of journaling cards in there as well. So it's a multifunctional pocket. And as I say, I got this inspiration from Rita Jensen, and I will put the link for her video down in the description box down below. That's because I'm rushing, because I'm trying to get it done before the sun comes back out. So please go and have a look at Rita's version. Hers is very different to mine, and I'll see you in the next video. I hope it's inspired you to go and have a go at something that's actually quite quick to do. And I'll see you all again really soon. Thanks for joining me again today. Bye for now. Bye.